This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and I've been keeping another secret. So right here is my hoop house, and right there I got mums. Right here we have 550-ish mums, and I started them 2 months ago. Here is the magic. This is called basically fertigation. So we've got fertilizer in that bucket, and it goes up and it is added to the water, and you get to kind of, change the parts. I'm doing it at 100, and that is because of what I was told to do, and that is how they are being fed. And I do this, try to do it twice a day for 15 minutes each time, and it's so far so good. So how did I end up with mums, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. I received a message on my Flower Hill Farm page, and it said, "Hey Nicole, we heard through the grapevine that you were purchasing the former Mill Creek Nursery in Boonville. We accidentally doubled our mum order. Are you interested in starting any of your own mums for fall sales?" And I said, "Oh, yes, I am." So this was a nursery in Pulaski, New York called North Street Nursery, and I know their daughter. Their daughter is local to me, so Pulaski, it was a little over an hour, I think, to get there. So they had 550 mum plugs. Mums, they come in little tiny trays, and you put a little tiny plant inside of different sizes. I just happened to get a 9-inch pots. So anyway, I said yes, and they sold them to me at their cost. They didn't, bump up the price or anything like that. So I drove out the next day and I picked up 550 baby mums. I checked out their nursery. It's beautiful there. They just put up an enormous greenhouse, and they do weddings. Their first wedding they hosted was their daughter's wedding. So it was a really nice space, and they're hoping to do more cut flowers for their brides who are using their greenhouse as a wedding place. So it's really beautiful, really nice venue. And I think they have 2 or 3 greenhouses that they heat for sales, and they do things like hanging baskets and that stuff too. I was really excited because they not only hooked me up with the mums, but they hooked me up with a guy who supplies all the stuff for the mums. Like, I needed potting soil, I needed pots, I needed fertilizer, I needed irrigation. And irrigation was something that terrified me. Totally intimidated me. I was terrified to even dive into irrigation because of all the bits and pieces and all the moving parts. It was something that I couldn't wrap my brain around, and so I always kind of was a little bit intimidated by it. I am no longer intimidated by drip irrigation systems. As soon as I sat down and Brad and I put this thing together, I am honestly so upset that I didn't dive into irrigation previously. These are set up on a system that has what's called a dosatron, which is basically a fertigation system. It fertilizes and irrigates at the exact same time, because mums are heavy feeders, and they almost every time I water, I feed them. So I alternated white and then black, white and then black, because my supplier, usually you would get all white ones, but he ran out of the white tubing and substituted with the black, and that was totally fine with me. So I made a little pattern. I did white, black, I'm yawning. I visited another local nursery that grows 30,000 mums. 30,000. They supply a lot of the local nurseries. In fact, I will probably get some from them. They provide different sizes. Like, I only grew 9-inch pots because that's all my supplier had for pots by the time I got them. So I'm probably going to pick up some 6-inch ones and maybe some big patio pots from them as well to resell at my nursery. I went to this nursery that does the 30,000, and I was able to spend a couple of hours with their main grower, and he filled me in on everything that he does for the mums, and he was just an amazing resource. And he showed me the fertilizer that they use, his whole entire system. And this was just last week. So this was after I had already had all of this stuff set up. And I'm not doing things much differently. But what he does is, instead of doing it twice a day, because he's doing so many, he has it on a timing system, and each section of mums gets water and food for 1 hour, and he does it overnight. So that's the only thing I'm doing differently. So he suggested to me, why don't you do it at an hour at a time once a day? I did that last Saturday, and my well went dry. It doesn't have the rebound rate to water for that length of time. oops. So I cannot water once a day for a longer period of time in order for my well to keep up. Because think about it, even if these are 1 gallon an hour emitters, 1 hour, 1 gallon, 550 mums, that's 550 gallons of water coming out of these little thingies. So anyway, that definitely was an issue. So I broke it up, and I'm only doing 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon. And honestly, they seem to be pretty happy with what I'm giving them. The system that we built here is very simple. It is a whole bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 main hoses, and I have mums on either side of each hose. So there are 16 rows, and they're spaced about 2 feet apart. Wanted to make sure, because they do get quite large, wanted to space them apart because you don't want to be moving things around afterwards. And they're on these spiders. They call them spiders, and they're called spiders because they have legs that go all over the place. And that is how I fertilize. So here's my mum pot, and here is my spike. So this just goes in, and I put it near the root. Well, I put it right by the baby mum when I first put it in, but now the root system is taking up the pot. Yeah, I can see roots coming out of the bottom of this pot. So the bottom of this pot. So this has some really great growth on it. And that spike down into the plant allows the food and the water to go straight to the root system. So I'm not doing any overhead watering. As far as any foliar applications, I did use a product called Bonide Revitalize, and that is to prevent any funguses or blights or anything like that that is common to mums. I did see some browning on a couple of leaves, and I showed my expert friend that I just met. He's my friend, I just met him, and showed him what was going on. He said, just give him a quick spray of a fungicide because you don't want it to spread. So I did that about a week ago, and I haven't seen anything spreading, and it looks really good. I can't remember what I was gonna say. This is my first time growing mums. I don't feel comfortable giving advice or recommending anything. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. And obviously, I'll share with you guys what works and what doesn't work, because we're all learning, right? We're constantly learning. I always say I'm not a master gardener, I'm a master learner. I'm growing a lot of different colors. Obviously, I didn't choose these colors, and I didn't choose these varieties, but I have white ones, I have orange ones, I have pink ones, I have lavender ones, I have deep dark maroon ones. I have a lot of white ones. Did I say yellow? Did I say orange? Did I say pink? Did I say lavender? There's a coral one too. Yeah, so they're all beautiful, beautiful, beautiful according to the pictures, and they're the ones that the North Street Nursery has successfully grown in years past. I might try some different ones when I order my own to start for next year, and I think we'll see how this season goes with these sales. I think I might do more next year, and different sizes and stuff as well, because I know they're really popular in our area, and I already have requests. I posted a picture on my Facebook page, and I already have people asking to reserve mums. I didn't mean to keep this secret from you as well, but I knew showing you guys the mums would be suspicious. Suspicious. Why is Nicole growing mums? Well, I bought a nursery. I couldn't tell you yet. I'm not sure what my pricing is going to be yet. I'm going to see what other people are pricing their mums yet. I know how much I have into these mums, and including the irrigation, but really I'm not counting that. The mum fertilizer system, the fertigation, where has it been my whole life? I know where it's been. It's been right there. I've been too intimidated to use it. Bugs. I'm hoping to have these on the market for sale end of August, early September. I'll keep you guys posted as to how the growth is, and I'm starting to see a couple of flowers. That's okay. I don't want them fully flowered out right now because I have still about 3 weeks of growing time left. They have plenty of time to put on the perfect amount of growth and the perfect amount of flowers for sale. You want them to be showing color. Some people like them in full bloom, and some people like them just a few open because then they know they're gonna get the best of that color while they have that product in their home or on their steps or on their porch or wherever they want to put them. I'm also doing an event that's doing mum centerpieces too. Oh yeah, gotta get those colors from her, what she wants. Okay, now you guys are up to speed about my mum project. I'll keep you guys posted as to how it goes over the next month or so. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you soon.
And now, more about the sponsor of today's video. It's Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in your creativity. Right now, I am swimming in veggies from the garden, and while I am selling a few at market, I want to make the most of my harvest. I've pickled a few times in the past, but I wanted to know how to make the best refrigerator pickles, so I logged on to Skillshare and dove into Grillo's pickles class. Travis Grillo and his cousin Eric go over supplies, types of brines, vegetable characteristics, and more useful tidbits of knowledge that will bring your at-home pickling skills to the next level. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and new classes are always being added. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description or my code Flower Hill Farm will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today.
I can't remember what I was gonna say. There's a plane flying low.
What the? I didn't even know you were right there. Did you write me a message in the clouds?
No. Just look up.
Oh. Okay.
Do you see them all? Look around.
Oh,
Do you see them?
I do. Dragonflies are everywhere.
Watching them ever since we started laying here. They're everywhere. You can look over there.
Oh, I don't know if it's catching on camera. They must be having a feast.
There's a